It's time
to fire this thing up.
Hit it. So this has blade tracking. Oh man, adjustable speed. 20 volt. This is a portable battery operated bandsaw, guys. And good deal you made it. Hi, I'm John Graviscus. It's awesome to have you back into our boat shop / TV studio here in Jupiter, Florida. And one of our new, kind of our biggest tool sponsor this year for the episodes is DeWalt. And DeWalt, oh my gosh, have they grown. They've acquired Stanley tools, they've acquired Craftsman, Porter Cable, so many more. And we just got another delivery of some of the new tools for the new season in, and I'm gonna be stocking them away. But what I wanna talk about this time around is we finished up just a couple of weeks ago up in Tupper Lake on our 22-foot Crest pontoon boat. We put in new flooring. And it was a special flooring called Infinity Luxury Woven Vinyl. And if you take a look at the boat, it doesn't have any furniture in it yet. It's got the beautiful kind of canvas to work off of. And I want to go through the process of selecting new pontoon boat furniture and then maybe picking some to eventually put it in down the line. And that leads us into a really cool factory tour. We're actually going to be going to one of the biggest manufacturers in the world of pontoon boat furniture. And so many boaters have done what I've done. You know, the pontoon boat was here in Florida. It was beat up by 3 different hurricanes. It was horrible. The furniture, the shelves, wood were literally collapsing, dents all over the place. Paid $1,200 for the boat. And for a modest investment, right now, I have a pontoon boat that is gonna look absolutely gorgeous, but it needs the furniture. We're gonna learn how to select the furniture, how to kind of size it up, how to configure it in the boat. You've got a big old wide platform to kind of build off of. And before we get into any of this stuff, you see we need to work out a little trade-off. We've got to get everybody at home to spend the next 30 minutes with us. We're hanging right here around the boat shop and the boats. And then in exchange, we're gonna be letting you in on a whole lot more ways to make your boat shipshape. This is a nice tool. Brushless hand planer, love it.
ShipShape TV, where boat improvement lives, is made possible by the entire collection of beautiful Sunbrella fabrics. Sunbrella, the only fabric to offer both design and performance, above and below deck. And by Yamaha, reliability starts here.
There's no other place you'd rather be than on the water, living your passion. Whether it's a serene day at the lake, cruising the coastline, or using the wind to power you along your course, only Sunbrella fabrics combine style and comfort above and below deck with the absolute best performance and warranty on land and sea.
Boat owners for decades have utilized Pacer Group catalogs for their marine wiring needs. But as technology has changed, so has the way that researching for Pacer Group electrical switches have. And yes, all DIYers know our URL, pacergroup.net. So, whether a visit to our superstore in Fort Lauderdale is easier, picking up everything you need to wire a boat, or you want it shipped right to your door, it's the power of Pacer Group that makes it happen.
Attention waterfront property owners already sold on the fact that synthetic lumber for decks and docks is far superior to the pitfalls of pressure-treated wood. You know about the splintering and the weathering issues. However, not every composite board sold is alike. Some turn chalky, decay due to mold and mildew. Most fade in color with age, though not true when you opt for the best. Lumber Rock, the fastest growing manufacturer of synthetic lumber on and around the waterfront. Lumber Rock, we never fade away.
Welcome back. You're watching ShipShape TV, boat improvement made easy.
So we have successfully kind of redone the flooring on my 22-foot Crest pontoon boat. It now has some beautiful Infinity Luxury woven vinyl on it. And we've changed locations on you. We're now in northern Indiana. We're very close to Fort Wayne. And where we're at, this is called one of Lippert Components manufacturing facilities. And who we have on the program, this is Steve Paul. And Steve, how large, this is huge, how big is this building?
So this facility that we're in right now is about 800,000 square feet.
What are you guys manufacturing here?
So here we manufacture all of our boat seating. We have several different facilities that we do this in. This is the largest facility, but this is all boat seating.
Fantastic. Lippert is the parent company to TaylorMade products. And a lot of people are very familiar, boaters, with TaylorMade products. And this is where the TaylorMade product furniture gets made, the upholstery gets done for the pontoon boat.
That's exactly right.
And I wanted to kind of take a look at what my options would be now that I have a blank slate on my 22-foot Crest of how I could kind of configure it. And can we start off with maybe benches? Benches are very popular in pontoon boat seating. Are there different lengths?
Yeah, there are. We offer 3 different sizes. So we offer a 30, a 36, and a 50.
All right.
And what that allows you to do is properly use your space that you're trying to lay out or configure to be able to add in things like corners and chases and arms and everything else.
Can we talk a little bit about corners? I put on some new fencing, some new railing. The boat was originally beat up in a hurricane, so I had to replace all of that. It was also very UV damaged. It's an older boat. And a lot of older pontoon boat guys are redoing the boat rather than buying a new one. It's much more affordable to just redo it. And that's what we've been doing. But mine's now radius. I've seen corners to where, you know, they're sharp part 90. Mine is curved. Do you make corners for both?
Yeah, so we offer 2 different corners to take care of both options for a customer. We offer a square corner and we offer a round corner. So we're going to make sure that that fit back into the corners is nice no matter whether you have round or square.
Do you make any of the lounges that I've seen in pontoon boat furniture? Do you make any of the fishing seats? Mine's kind of more like a fishing pontoon boat than just a traditional, you know, party barge, you know, out on the water. Do you make all those seatings too?
Yeah, so not only, we've talked a little bit about corners and we've talked about benches. We make arms, we make chases, right? We make fishing seats, we make low back seats, we make high back seats.
Helms,
everything, helm stations, the whole 9 yards.
One of the problems with the original pontoon boat furniture that I had when I first removed it is the shells were rotting. Literally, they were made out of plywood, and over time the saturation and the rot got in and they were collapsing. Are the shells today still made with plywood? Are there other companies making it with plywood? Do you guys use plywood? What's going on?
Yeah, so there's all different kinds of methods out there today. A lot of companies still do it the old-fashioned way. We do it what we call the new-fashioned way, right? Which is the durability way and the long-lasting way. And that's this facility that we're in today has got some of the largest rotational molding machines anywhere in the country.
So the shells are plastic with your line, with the TaylorMade line, where some of the other ones might be plywood.
Yeah, all rotationally molded polyethylene, double wall thickness, so we're very thick with supports built into the bases themselves, in addition to a built-in water channel brought all the way around the top, extra supports on the seats themselves so that they will stand up to the wear and tear that's required when you're out using your boat.
So the shells are never going to rot on you. Let's talk about the vinyls. Are these upgraded vinyls today? I mean, I know you guys are really known for making quality components. Talk to me about the vinyl.
Yeah, thank you for that, because we really take pride in that. So we're all upgraded on our vinyls, all UV protected, all mold and mildew resistant, double foam packs. So that means when you're sitting on it, you're going to get that comfort and that support that you need. In addition to that, all of our fasteners are stainless steel. We've decided to take it a step up because as a customer, when you're spending the money to redo that whole deck, we want to make sure that you get good quality seating.
Well,
all the way
you
through.
back it up with a warranty. I believe the warranty on the shells is, I heard it was like 5 years, and nobody offers that.
Yeah, so we offer the best warranties that are available on furniture in the industry.
But what are the different color choices for aftermarket pontoon boat furniture?
So we have 4 colors: beige, champagne, white, and charcoal.
All of these colors are neutral. And what I'm trying to get into is how easy it is to color coordinate with the color of your fencing. You know, like mine is forest green.
Yeah.
Okay. Neutrals will go very well with a forest green. They'll also go very well with a blue fencing. They'll go well with a black fencing.
Yes.
They'll go well
Yes.
with a red fencing.
Yes.
And that's what kind of makes it nice. You do have a lot of choices when it comes to the configuring though, with the different bench sizes and everything else. I wanted to help people plan out the project just like we have. We have a blank slate, but you guys have a tool that is so user-friendly. I want to talk about the configurator, all right, and how that all works.
Yeah, so
you guys are going to like this.
So it is cool, and it's actually fun to play with. So our configurator basically allows you, and you can find the configurator TaylorMade on the TaylorMade website, Pontoon Furniture, scroll down, there'll be a button there to hit for the configurator. And what happens when you bring up the configurator is it's basically going to ask you a couple questions to start. And those questions are, number one, what are the width and what are the length of your deck? That's going to give you basically the canvas that you have to work with. On the left-hand side, up and down, are all the different pieces. So you're going to have bench, you're going to have chase, you're going to have helm stations.
And guys, you can literally drag and drop them into your area, and you can not only configure it one way, you can configure it in a whole lot of different ways and kind of figure out what's going to be the best for you.
Yeah, so you can drag, drop, turn, rotate, move around, whatever you want to do to really make that space exactly what you want it to be. When you get all done and you say, that's it, I'm happy with it, right?
Right.
Then what you're going to do is you're going to go down to the bottom, you're going to hit finish, we're going to pick a color, and then it's going to give you 2 things. Number one, it's going to give you a PDF picture of exactly what you just did. And number 2, it's going to give you a full part number listing of every piece that you chose to be on that. You hit print, you carry that in to any TaylorMade dealer across the country.
And then guys, that's literally any ship store, that's any marine store, big box stores, online stores, anybody that sells TaylorMade product stuff, you know, their fenders and everything else, that you also have access to the pontoon boat furniture, okay? And Steve, I'm telling you, this is amazing. People are going to lose their minds if they have a pontoon boat. Thank you so much for giving us a little show and tell of what's available. We're going to take a really quick time out, but when we come back, we're going to be doing that factory tour. I want to see how the shells get made. I want to see the upholstery. It's going to be cool as all get out. We'll cover it right after this.
Stay bolted. ShipShape TV will be back in a snap.
Now in our 45th year, KenCraft introduces the all-new 2020 KenCraft Bay Rider Bay boats and skiffs, powered exclusively by Yamaha, specifically designed to fish hard, specifically designed to cruise well with your family. Can there really be one boat that does both exceedingly well? Yes, there can, with a KenCraft. KenCraft, top-tier fit and finish. KenCraft, only the best, most expensive marine hardware integrated. Can it be yours? Of course it can. Affordably. KenCraftBoats.com.
Boat Steering Solutions, every boater's BFF, is not a repair shop. We remanufacture hydraulic devices back to original factory specs. We disassemble, inspect, and replace all defective parts. Simply tell us what's wrong. Ship us your helm, cylinder. It's remanufactured, then back to you in a day or 2 at like half the cost of buying new. Need hydraulic hose? Boat Steering Solutions, your official C-Star authorized service center, is your BFF. The savings are here at boatsteer.com.
Boaters know TaylorMade. But did you know that TaylorMade is the giant when it comes to manufacturing top-of-the-line pontoon boat furniture? Redoing a pontoon boat? Desire a new seating rearrangement? Go to TaylorMade's Platinum Series Pontoon Furniture Configurator. Like what you see? Use this promo code. Receive 10% off your order. It's like buying 6 pieces and getting the 7th free. Act now. Sale ends at the end of the month.
Welcome back aboard. Fishing for boat improvement? Well, you caught it right here at ShipShape TV.
welcome back. We are in Fort Wayne, Indiana this time here at ShipShape TV. And just before the break, we were taking a look at some of the different options that a pontoon boat owner would have in selecting replacement aftermarket furniture from tailor-made products. And now who we have on the program is the plant manager. This is Mike Mead. And Mike, we are in the Rotor Molding section where you're actually making the bases for all of this different seating. And this looks like a pretty big setup going on here. Where are you at in this rotor molding?
So right now, for the best of our knowledge, it's the largest rotor mold manufacturer in the United States. We have 4 5500 machines, which is the largest machine capabilities that you can have. We have 4 of those now, and then we still have our 2 old machines that were the 3300.
Okay, so rotor molding is exactly what?
So rotor mold, what it is it takes polypropylene resin. You put that into a tool, and it can be 16 pounds, it can be 20 pounds. Each tool is identified separately. So on the mold, it'll tell you how much to put in. Once you load that in, it'll go through the oven, and it rotates on an axis. So that
well, how hot is the material getting?
It's about 500 degrees when it's going in through that machine.
So it melts
yep.
the resin.
Yep, and it adheres to the outside of that mold to make that shape.
And it's rotating, and it rotates on different axes. And what does that do?
So that makes it evenly distribute throughout the entire mold, so that you're not getting lumps on one side, you're not getting an uneven distribution. It distributes evenly as it's rotating through that mold.
How long does the part, how long does it have to cool before they could remove it from the mold?
So it takes about 45 minutes after it goes through the oven. So that way it gives time to be able to pull the mold where it's not too hot, it's not too cold, it's just that right feel.
All right, so you pull the part, and then does it have to be trimmed? Does it have to be?
Yep, so each part has different kind of take to it. So you can do trash can cutouts, you can do cavity back cutouts, whatever it is, but each tool has a different take. Some of them don't get trimmed at all, some do, but each person has an identification on that part number, what tells them how to do every single part. So they trim it out, they make cutouts, they make those inserts for you.
Okay, so you've got a base, and naturally, if you want any type of cushion or comfort, you're going to need to put foam on.
Yep.
And tell us about the foam station.
So after we do our cutouts, after we get that piece off the platform, we take it over to our builders. At that point, they use a contact glue adhesive. They spray that onto the rotor mold, and then they adhere the foam onto the outside of that to make up the shapes that we have before we go into the cover stage. They do anything there by putting the pieces together. They'll take our subcomponents, put those together. Each of these rotor mold pieces comes together in that form, and then it's coated with that foam outer covering.
Okay, now Steve was telling us that you guys are only using the highest grade UV resistant vinyls. I mean, these are very luxurious soft goods that you're applying to it. It's very, very good quality furniture, probably the best in the industry.
Absolutely.
How do they get affixed to the part?
So we take what we call a skin, and those pieces are sewn together. It's your cut and sew operation. But then what we do is we have tucks, we have pulls, everything you can do to get depth in that product. So you can customize it the way you want, and we upholster that to the outside, but it's a different technique. It's a lot more pulling. It's not just a cover that slides over. It's a true skin to the product, so that you don't see any crevices, you don't see any gaps, those sorts of things.
How is the vinyl affixed to the base? What are you using hardware-wise?
So we're using all stainless steel, staples, stainless steel hardware. Anything that goes to that product is all stainless steel, so it can be out in the weather.
Literally unlimited choices when it comes to the configuring of a pontoon boat. Any pontoon boat pretty much out there, you can arrange the seating for them, no matter if they need a 30-inch bench, a 50-inch bench, a 36-inch bench, the different corners, the lounges, everything else. It's quite an impressive operation, and thank you so much, Mike.
Yeah,
we need to take another time out, but what we're going to do is we're going to jump into our next segment, and eventually we're going to wind back up in South Florida. We'll get into everything right after this critical timeout to hear a word from our very important sponsor.
ShipShape TV will be back in a flash.
Why is Sea Hunt now the #1 selling fiberglass center console style boat 18 to 30 feet in America? Because when you buy a Sea Hunt, you get so much more. More standard features, more efficient running hulls.
Look, guys, I'm running 34 miles an hour on just one engine.
More cockpit space, more family time out on the water, more fishable, more funnable, so much more affordable. Sea Hunt. More, more, more.
Protect bare metal from the damaging effects of salt, grime, and water with the long-lasting power of the hide. Shark Hide Metal Protectant. Shark Hide for decades has been the only way to keep plain or anodized aluminum looking like new indefinitely. It's the only product that goes on in seconds and dries to the touch fast, yet lasts years and years. Preserve that diamond plate. Coat stainless steel hardware. Hide all signs of aging from all bare metals with the Hide. Shark Hide. So what are you waiting for? Order now.
From the start of your outboard until you return to the dock, make sure your boating experience is always fun and enjoyable by remembering that maintenance matters. Presented by Yamaha.
Hey guys, this week I'm here at Yamaha School in Kennesaw, Georgia, and today I once again have Rye Landry with me, and we're going to be talking about the XTO motor. In the past, Rye and I have talked about different methods for fuel injection on a motor.
And carburation.
And carburation. Can you go ahead and give a recap on both of those?
Sure. So what we originally talked about was how does fuel and air get into the motor and how do we control engine speed? So traditionally the mechanical device we used was the carburetor. It not only controlled how much air was allowed into the engine, but it also mixed the fuel with it. That's how we controlled engine speed. When they invented electronic fuel injection, they basically separated those two components out. So you now have a throttle body that controls how much air is allowed into the motor, and then the fuel injection system determines how much fuel it needs to add. And normally that was done in the intake runner. So we're actually squirting fuel into the intake runner where air is moving through it, and then it's drawn down into the cylinder. Now this works slightly differently. We still have a throttle body here, but what we have now is actually the fuel is going to be injected directly into the cylinder. So it no longer goes into the intake track.
So before we had intake runners that the air was being pulled through into the combustion chamber, and in the runner we would spray fuel.
That's your typical fuel injection. Absolutely right.
So with this, our intake is literally just air intake.
Absolutely right.
And fuel is going straight into the combustion chamber. What's the benefit of that system?
Okay, and that's the nice part about direct injection is the fact that it's not the direct injection that's really exciting, it's what we can do because of it.
Yeah, we've had direct injection years ago in two-stroke motors.
Absolutely right. And it had some tangible benefits there also, and that's why those motors work. Now on a four-stroke motor, what it allows us to do is we get so much better cooling of the fuel in the cylinder itself, so it reduces the chance of detonation, which we know is a bad thing. So what happens, because we reduce the chance of detonation by cooling the cylinder and the piston down enough, we can increase the compression ratio.
That means more power, essentially, correct?
More power, better economy, more torque, more hole shot. And actually, in this case, we've actually increased the compression ratio on the XTO to 12.2 to 1.
That is huge.
That's normally, you see that type of compression ratio on racing motors. Or you have to run real high test fuel to be able to do that. So in this case, this still runs on 89 octane fuel with that compression ratio.
And just to clarify, higher compression ratio doesn't mean more fuel, that's more air.
Well, what it really means is it means more efficiently.
Yes.
So what we're doing is we're compressing the fuel and air that is inside the cylinder more, and when we combust it, we're doing a better job of actually getting mechanical effort back out of that combustion process. So that's how we actually gain fuel economy, and we get 425 horsepower.
All right, I know back on the old days of the two-stroke motor, we had a big mechanical pump that was atomizing this fuel so it could overcome the compression in the chamber. Right. How is this motor doing it differently? Because I'm not seeing that same pump that I'm used to.
So a different style pump, it still does have a high pressure pump. And it actually is mechanical. So right here what I got is I got a fuel rail. It's going to sit like this. Okay. And this is actually the mechanical high pressure pump. And this is going to develop up to about 2,900 PSI.
That's huge.
That's a lot of pressure. And if you think about this motor running at 6,000 RPM at wide open throttle on a big heavy offshore boat, there's a lot of pressure going on inside that cylinder. You need a lot of pressure to be able to inject fuel directly in. So that fuel pump's mechanically driven right off the camshaft.
Okay.
It's transfer it to our fuel rail, and then you have your 4 injectors that are actually sitting inside the combustion chamber right next to the spark plug.
And it sprays fuel exactly when it's needed.
Right when you need it.
Awesome.
Stay the course. ShipShape TV and its host, John Graviscus, will be back in a flash.
Boaters know TaylorMade. But did you know that TaylorMade is the giant when it comes to manufacturing top-of-the-line pontoon boat furniture? Redoing a pontoon boat? Desire a new seating rearrangement? Go to TaylorMade's Platinum Series Pontoon Furniture Configurator. Like what you see? Use this promo code. Receive 10% off your order. It's like buying 6 pieces and getting the 7th free. Act now. Sale ends at the end of the month.
The ultimate bucket list.
Let's start with an ergonomic corrosion-free rope handle. Check. You want a caddy to organize your supplies and lift them out with ease. Check. Add in a bucket grate to elevate wash tools out of dirty water. Check. While you're at it, let's include integrated soap measuring cups. Check. How about a base that won't let your bucket scratch, tip, or slip? Check. Top it off with a secure lid that doubles as a place to sit down. Check and check. The SureHold One Bucket system for everything on your bucket list. Visit onebucket.com. This is why we call them Ocean Tamer. Total body support and comfort. Shock-absorbing marine beanbag chairs. Ocean Tamer, the most comfortable seat on board. Crafted from 100% marine-grade materials. Built tough to handle the harsh marine environment. Water repellent. UV stabilized. Ocean Tamer marine beanbags. 4 awesome styles, tons of color choices. Can be personalized with boat name or logo. Finally, 2 nylon handles for ease of carrying or stowing. Order yours today. Ocean-tamer.com.
Big news! Full episodes are now available on the ShipShape TV YouTube channel. Hit subscribe, and every time a program posts, you'll be personally notified. Check this out, guys. A lot of people know TaylorMade for their boat fenders. Well, in fact, this is the boat fender for my 22-foot Crest pontoon boat. It's forest green. It's going to color match really nice. And what I'm doing is I'm kind of just shining them up, getting a little of the schmutz off of it using SureHold Serious Shine. You spray a little bit on there with a microfiber towel. You go ahead and you clean them up, and this also keeps them supple. You know how they'll dry out in the sun? This is really, really nice. And you know, snow actually today is starting to fly in Tupper Lake. So I'm thinking that even though the pontoon boat furniture, it comes right off shelf, you're not gonna wait, guys. It's on the shelf waiting for delivery. I'm gonna hold off on installing it until maybe it thaws out in the springtime. It's real wicked cold up there. But we've got a lot of people that we need to thank. Everybody at Lippert Components, I'm telling you, they're the parent company of TaylorMade products. And Jason, oh my gosh, what a cool guy. He's just awesome. Wasn't that amazing? And 800,000, that's one of 3. Just making nothing but pontoon boat furniture. Okay, that's TaylorMade products. And we had so many other experts in the marine industry joining us today. But you know what? The most important one that we've got to thank is you. Thank you. Thanks so much, guys, for hanging out with us for the last half hour. But until we see each other again, we got to go. Hey, I'm John Graviscus. We'll see you on the next go around. Yeah, that's gonna look nice.
Closed captioning provided by the over 2-decade video library at the all-new ShipShape TV website. Available now worldwide online with paid subscription. Makes a great gift with a special boater search engine for ease of use. Hurry, the introductory price ends soon, so watch any episode, old or new, on any device at the all-new ShipShapeTV.com.
Remember the glory days of gasoline? It's just not made the same anymore.
Kick your gas into gear with StarTron. Pump up the performance in all of your engines. Cure the problems of ethanol with the power of enzymes. And maximize your mileage every time you drive. Kickstart your engines with StarTron.